What if you could speak English for 5 minutes without translating a single sentence in your head? What if you could answer simple questions naturally without stopping every few seconds? What if you could talk about your life, your experiences, your opinions, and your plans in English without feeling nervous? That is exactly what we are going to practice today. Welcome to day 2 of the 10-day Fluently Speaking Challenge. If you completed day 1, congratulations, you have already taken the first step. But today, we are going to make things a little more challenging. Don't worry, you don't need advanced English. You don't need difficult vocabulary. You don't need perfect grammar. You only need to speak. Remember the most important rule of this challenge. Don't just listen. Speak with me. When I say a sentence, repeat it. When I ask you a question, pause the video and answer. And when you make a mistake, don't stop. Keep going. Because today, we're going to train something very important. We're going to train your brain to connect ideas. Fluent speakers don't usually speak one short sentence and stop. They connect one idea to another. For example, instead of saying, I like movies, you can say, I like watching movies because they help me relax after a busy day. That is still simple English, but it sounds more natural. So today we're going to learn how to turn short answers into longer answers. Let's begin. Take a deep breath, relax your shoulders, and repeat after me. I am ready for day 2. I am ready to improve my English. I am becoming more confident every day. I am not afraid of making mistakes. I don't need perfect English. I just need to keep speaking. I will speak slowly and clearly. I will think in English. I will practice every day. I will become a fluent English speaker. Excellent! Now let's start with something very easy. I'm going to ask you some questions. Don't worry about giving perfect answers, just speak. What is your name? Pause and answer. Now listen to an example. I live in a busy city. It can be noisy sometimes, but I enjoy living here because there are many things to do. There are shops, restaurants, schools, offices, and many interesting places nearby. I have lived here for a while, so I am quite familiar with the area. Now you. Don't copy my answer. Talk about where you actually live. Start with, I live in, then continue. I like living there because. The best thing about my area is. One thing I don't like is. There are, and continue. I often. Excellent. You're already speaking longer. Now let's talk about your family. Someone asks, tell me about your family. Don't simply say, I have a family. Instead, try this. I have a small family and we are very close to each other. We spend time together whenever we can. We usually have meals together and talk about our day. My family supports me when I have a difficult time, and I really appreciate that. Now repeat. I have a small family. We are very close to each other. We spend time together whenever we can. My family supports me when I have a difficult time, and I really appreciate that. Now make it personal. Talk about your family for 30 seconds. Don't stop. Even if you don't know a word, use another word. Remember, communication is more important than perfection. Now let's practice talking about your favorite things. What is your favorite food? Pause. Answer. Now make your answer longer. My favorite food is pizza. I like it because it is delicious and there are so many different options. I especially enjoy pizza with cheese and vegetables. I don't eat it every day, but whenever I have the chance, I really enjoy it. Now another question. What is your favorite drink? Pause. Maybe you said, my favorite drink is coffee. Now make it longer. My favorite drink is coffee because I enjoy its taste and smell. I usually drink it in the morning or when I need to stay focused. Sometimes I like drinking coffee while watching a video or reading something interesting. Excellent. Now let's practice likes and dislikes. Repeat after me. I like listening to music. I really enjoy watching movies. I love spending time with my friends. I enjoy learning new things. I like going for walks. I don't like waking up late. I don't enjoy waiting for a long time. I don't really like noisy places. I prefer quiet places. I prefer tea to coffee. I prefer watching movies at home. I prefer studying in the morning. Now let's connect these ideas. I enjoy watching movies, especially in the evening. I prefer watching movies at home because it is more comfortable and relaxing. I also enjoy listening to music while I am doing other things. Your turn. Talk about 3 things you like and 2 things you don't like. Start now. I like, I enjoy, I love, I don't like, I don't really enjoy. Keep speaking. Very good. Now let's talk about your free time. What do you usually do when you have free time? Pause. Now listen to an example. When I have free time, I usually try to relax. Sometimes I watch movies or listen to music. I also spend time on my phone, talk to my friends, or go outside for a walk. Recently, I have been trying to spend more of my free time learning English because I want to improve myself. Now repeat the important part. When I have free time, I usually try to relax. Sometimes I watch movies or listen to music. I also spend time on my phone, talk to my friends, or go outside for a walk. Recently, I have been trying to spend more of my free time learning English because I want to improve myself. Excellent. Now let's talk about yesterday. This time, I want you to tell me a small story. What happened yesterday? Pause the video. Speak for at least 30 seconds. Don't worry about grammar. Just tell me what happened. Now listen to my example. Yesterday, I woke up a little later than usual because I was tired. After getting up, I brushed my teeth and had breakfast. Then I started working. I had several things to do, so I stayed busy for most of the day. In the afternoon, I took a short break and called a friend. We talked for a while, and then I continued my work. In the evening, I had dinner with my family. After dinner, I watched a video and practiced English before going to bed. Notice how the story moves from one event to another. First, then, after that, later, in the afternoon, in the evening, before going to bed. These words are extremely useful. Repeat them. First, then, after that, later, next, finally, before that, afterwards. Now use them to tell your own story. First, I, then I, after that, I, later, I, finally, I. Excellent. Now let's practice talking about experiences. Have you ever traveled to another city? Pause. Answer. If yes, tell me where you went. If no, say, "No, I haven't traveled to another city recently, but I would really like to." Now let's make it longer. I have traveled to several places, and I really enjoy traveling because it gives me a chance to see new places and experience different lifestyles. I also enjoy trying different foods and meeting new people. Now, another question. Have you ever met someone from another country? Pause. Answer. You can say, "Yes, I have. It was an interesting experience because I had the opportunity to learn about their culture and hear how they speak English." Or, "No, I haven't had that experience yet, but I would love to meet people from different countries in the future." See? You don't need complicated vocabulary, you just need to know how to continue the conversation. Now let's practice giving opinions. This is an important skill because real conversations are not only about facts. People ask, "What do you think? Do you agree? Do you like it? Why?" So let's practice. What do you think about learning English online? Pause. Answer. Now listen to an example. I think learning English online is very useful because there are so many resources available. You can watch videos, listen to podcasts, practice conversations, and learn new vocabulary from anywhere. The most important thing is to practice consistently. Repeat. I think learning English online is very useful. There are many resources available. You can learn from anywhere. The most important thing is to practice consistently. Now, another question. Do you think English is difficult? Pause. Now answer. Here is an example. I think English can be difficult at first, especially when you are trying to speak. There are many words, grammar rules, and different accents to understand. But I believe English becomes easier when you practice regularly. The more you listen and speak, the more comfortable you become. Excellent. Now let's practice agreeing and disagreeing politely. Repeat after me. I agree with you. I completely agree. I think you're right. That's a good point. I understand what you mean. I agree to some extent. I'm not sure I agree. I see it differently. I have a different opinion. I understand your point, but I think these expressions can make your English sound much more natural. Let's practice one. Someone says, "Learning English is impossible." You can say, "I understand your point, but I don't agree. I think learning English can be difficult, but it is definitely possible if you practice consistently." Repeat it. I understand your point, but I don't agree. I think learning English can be difficult, but it is definitely possible. It is definitely possible.
Say it again. It is definitely possible. Good. Now let's talk about your goals. What is one thing you really want to achieve? Pause. Think. Now speak. Maybe your goal is to improve your English. Maybe you want to get a better job. Maybe you want to travel. Maybe you want to start a business. Maybe you want to become more confident. Whatever your goal is, talk about it. Here is an example. One of my biggest goals is to become a confident English speaker. I want to be able to have conversations without feeling nervous. I know it will take time and practice, but I am willing to work on it every day. I believe that if I stay consistent, I will eventually reach my goal. Now repeat. One of my biggest goals is to become a confident English speaker. I want to have conversations without feeling nervous. I know it will take time and practice, but I am willing to work on it every day. I believe that I will reach my goal. Excellent. Now I want to challenge you. For the next 1 minute, I will not give you the answers. You have to speak by yourself. I will ask you 5 questions. Pause after each question. Question 1. What do you usually do in the morning? Pause. Question 2. What do you like to do in your free time? Pause. Question 3. What did you do yesterday? Pause. Question 4. What are you going to do tomorrow? Pause. Question 5. Why are you learning English? Pause. Excellent. If you answered all 5 questions, you just completed a real speaking exercise. Now we're going to make it a little more difficult. I want you to imagine that you are meeting a new person. I will be the other person. Hi, nice to meet you. What's your name? Answer. Where are you from? Answer. What do you do? Answer. What do you like to do in your free time? Answer. How long have you been learning English? Answer. Why do you want to improve your English? Answer. What is your biggest challenge? Answer. What is your goal? Answer. That's great. What are you going to do to achieve your goal? Answer. This is real speaking practice. You are training your brain to respond, and that is exactly what we want. Now let's focus on one problem that many English learners have. They know a sentence, but they are afraid to say it because they think their pronunciation isn't perfect. Listen carefully. You don't need a perfect accent to communicate. Your goal is clarity. Speak clearly. Open your mouth. Don't rush. Don't swallow your words. And don't be afraid of your accent. Your accent is not your enemy. Confidence is more important. So repeat these sentences slowly. I don't need a perfect accent. I need clear communication. I can speak slowly. I can speak clearly. I can take my time. I can correct myself. I can continue speaking. I am becoming more confident. Excellent. Now let's practice self-correction. Imagine you say, he go to work every day. You notice the mistake.
Now let's practice self-correction. Imagine you say, he go to work every day. You notice the mistake. Don't panic. Simply correct yourself. He goes to work every day. That's it. You don't need to stop the entire conversation. You can continue. He goes to work every day and he usually comes home around 6. This is what fluent speakers do. They make mistakes, they correct themselves, and they keep talking. So from now on, don't let one mistake stop you. Keep moving. Now let's practice a longer answer one final time. Question: what kind of person do you want to become? Take a moment. Think. Now speak. Here is an example. I want to become a confident, positive, and hardworking person. I want to continue learning new things and improving myself. I want to become better at communicating with people. I also want to become more comfortable speaking English because I know it can open many opportunities. I don't expect everything to change overnight, but I'm willing to work on myself every day. Now repeat the final part. I don't expect everything to change overnight, but I am willing to work on myself every day. Again. I don't expect everything to change overnight, but I am willing to work on myself every day. Excellent. That is the mindset you need for this challenge. Don't expect fluency overnight. Don't expect confidence after one video. Don't expect every sentence to be perfect. Instead, focus on small improvements. Today, speak a little more than yesterday. Tomorrow, speak a little more than today. Keep going. Now it is time for your Day 2 challenge. After this video, find a quiet place, set a timer for 5 minutes, and speak only English for 5 minutes. For the first minute, talk about yourself. For the second minute, talk about your daily routine. For the third minute, talk about yesterday. For the fourth minute, talk about your future plans. And for the fifth minute, talk about why you want to become fluent in English. There is only one rule: don't stop. If you don't know a word, use a simpler word. If you make a mistake, continue. If you need time to think, take a breath and continue. 5 minutes, only English, no translation, no fear, no excuses. And before we finish Day 2, repeat these sentences with me. I am improving every day. I can speak longer sentences. I can express my ideas. I can answer questions in English. I can talk about my life. I can talk about my experiences. I can give my opinion. I can continue a conversation. I am not afraid of mistakes. I don't need perfect English. I need consistent practice. I trust myself. I believe in my progress. I will keep speaking. I will become fluent. Take a deep breath. You just completed Day 2 of the Fluently Speaking Challenge. Remember, the goal is not to sound perfect. The goal is to communicate. Every sentence you speak today is training for the confident English speaker you will become tomorrow. So, keep practicing, keep listening, keep speaking, and don't forget your 5-minute challenge. I'll see you on Day 3.